Good afternoon. I have with me here Mr. Paul Antonio, and today we're going to be looking at the issues that affects communities post COVID-19. Welcome, Mr. Paul.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, Mr. Paul, I want to first of all ask you this question. Being a resident of the anchovy community, what are some of the needs of your community? What are some of the challenges that your community is presently experiencing post COVID-19?
Okay, there are a lot of challenges in the anchovy garden area because most of the people in that area, especially southeastern and north northern Jamaica, depends rather on the hospitality section to for their earning. Some a lot also depends on the cruise ship, and we know what transpired with the cruise ship industry during the pandemic era. The entertainment, which is industry, which is very vibrant in those areas, were affected. So you find that families suffers a lot because the parties that used to bring in or earn from these industry to support their families um, were laid off because of the pandemic. No money coming in, bills to pay, cannot afford proper med care for the children, cannot afford school fee, not even bus fare to go to school, even though at some stage the schools were closed and they were going through they were doing online classes, but at the same time they need the hardware to do the online classes, like the computer and stuff like this. Um, Wi-Fi network is another thing, and bill to pay, right? So it really poses a problem for the people in Portland.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Paul. Now, how do you think we can address these issues?
Okay, in addressing these issues, we have to be your brother's keepers. We have to come together as a community. And when I say community, I mean the schools, the churches. We have to get involved the Red Cross. We have to get involved the Food for the Poor, the Salvation Army, private sector, government organization. All of these we have to get together as a group and plan this strategy, which I think it would be at three stage, right? You got to collect. It has to be data driven. You collect your data. What is most important to the family, right? Next, how are we going to get this thing? We have to source the thing. Collection, right? You collect from members within the community, members, um, all the different organizations that I mentioned earlier. And there are people abroad who are willing in those time or in these time to help donating things. But the next part is accountability. How do we distribute them? Who gets what and from who don't get what? Because we have to be fair and firm in distributing and make sure that it reach the right persons.
Thank you, sir. So right there, you have outlined a three-step action plan, beginning with collecting data, gathering, gathering your resources, and then distribution.
Yeah,
And right in your answer as well, I see where you pinpointed the importance of volunteerism,
yeah,
where people in the communities assist each other by volunteering, whether it be their time, their services, or goods, or anything that they may have. And it is very important that this was highlighted in our conversation because in any community, volunteerism, it promotes sustainable development, and it is a part of the process that that can be used to build better communities, better and stronger communities in Jamaica. And just to point out, this year at Folly Oval, I was fortunate to observe a group of students, at least 40 students from the Rights Academy and Training Institute and the Faculty of Nursing, and they were working alongside their instructors to clean up Folly, and not only Folly, but they also went to other beaches within the Portland area, and they were able to collect more than 120 bags of waste, mainly plastic bottles. So here we see the good that volunteerism can do to build our communities.
Yes, and at the same time, we must have a public education um, system to reach our citizens, to let them know how to properly store their garbage and to ensure that the solid waste team collects them on time, because it didn't come by night, right? It is us who distribute the garbage or throw the garbage, whether in the river, in the drain, or on the streets, and it end up in the sea. We know that the sea is not going to accept it; it's going to push it right back on the shore. So we need to have that education program.
So true, Mr. Paul. And thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you coming by, and we have a really nice conversation.
And thank you for having me. You have a great day now.
Thank you. You're most welcome, sir.